Digimon Seekers Chapter 2 has just started, and we get yet another Pulsemon entering the limelight. There are also some new and exciting BE memories that were announced, and they're coming out, and I just want to go over them and the rosters. But first, I'd like to thank this video sponsor, ZenonTCG. ZenonTCG is your one-stop shop for all of your Digimon needs, and of course, where you can pre-order everything that I'm going to be going over in this video. You can find them on their website, which is zenontcg.com, and you can follow them on their Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and Twitter by searching for ZenonTCGSG. These are also linked in the description, as are several product links. In addition, they're also stocking the Chinese exclusive Digimon merchandise, which I've spoken about before on this channel. However, if you do pre-order from ZenonTCG, please keep in mind that they're a small store based in Singapore, and every pre-order has to arrive in Singapore from Japan prior to them shipping it out to you. This usually means a shipment date of about a week or two after the official release date in Japan for any pre-order releases. Though they do have a lot of other anime merchandise, as well as other virtual pet and toys that are ready to ship out right now, so do check them out. They also have other VBBE bracelets and memories available as well that have already been released and can be shipped out immediately after you make the purchase. They have also restocked the LOOGAMON BEMEMORY and Linker bands, and there's a new batch coming out in October. So make sure to check them out. As everyone knows, I'm a huge fan of ZenonTCG. I love that they are a passionate group of people. They are fans themselves, and it feels like it's fans running fan stores. It really just feels like a great sense of community and fandom. So that's why I always do love ZenonTCG. So of course, check them out if you haven't already, and definitely pre-order and check out the BE memories that I'm going to be going over in this video. So let's check out these rosters for these upcoming BE memories. So first up, we have the upcoming Digimon Seekers BE memory, which is BE memory Digimon Seekers, RYUDAMON and DORUMON. So let's look at these rosters. So first up, we have RYUDAMON, and we have the baby forms of RYUDAMON, which is to be expected. And we also have Commandramon, because this is the DigiPolice faction for Digimon Seekers. So if you are keeping up with Digimon Seekers, you'll know that these are the characters that have popped up so far, especially in Chapter 1. And the ones that we haven't seen, I guess, are to be popping up soonish. So we have RYUDAMON, we have RYUDAMON's evolution forms, and we also have Commandramon. And we have some brand new Digimon that just popped up. These are very new. They were just added to the Digimon reference book alongside Chapter 2 Part 1 releasing. So these are some brand new Digimon. And they are Commandramon's brand new evolutions. Previously, Commandramon evolved into like Tankdramon and Sealsdramon. But these are some new alternative evolutions for Commandramon. So these are pretty cool. So we've got High Commandramon, we've got Cargodramon, which appeared in Digimon Seekers Chapter 1, and we also have Brigadiermon. So Brigador, I think it's a Dramon, but it's also a portmanteau of Brigadier and Brigade Dramon, so that's pretty cool. So we've got some new Digimon coming up. There's also Numemon, who is Satsuki's Digimon. We have Monzaemon as well as Shin Monzaemon, who is a newish Digimon. We have Edamon, we have King Edamon, and we have Metal Edamon. We also do have Commandramon's quote-unquote standard evolutions that were before these new Digimon. So that's Sealsdramon, Tankdramon, and Darkdramon are also on the RYUDAMON BE memory. So that's from the DigiPolice side of things. Then we also have the SOC faction of Digimon Seekers, and it's the DORUMON DIM. So we have DORUMON, obviously, and we have DORUMON's evolutions. We have his Dex DORUGAMON evolutions as well as the standard evolutions. And we also have the Raptordramon and Greydmon and Alphamon evolutions as well. So we have like the more dragon ones and the more humanoid evolutions from Dorumon. There is, of course, we have Ugamon Black as well, and we have some very exciting news of having Airdramon finally appearing in colour, not just the 25th anniversary special sprite, but we have a colour Airdramon on this BEMEMORY, so that's also quite exciting as well. Of course, we have Megadramon and Gigadramon, and we also have Mugendramon, which is exciting, and we also have Gundramon, which is always funny to me that a Digimon that just exists, that is just guns. So it's very exciting. What I'm noticing about these two rosters, mainly the SOC one, but also in some way the DigiPolice one, is that we have a lot of machine Digimon. And that seems to be like almost like a feeling that I'm getting from Digimon Seekers, is we have a lot of mechanical Digimon in the series, but also some fluffy ones. So we have Dorumon as well. So both these rosters are pretty great. They're being packaged together. Unfortunately, it is premium Bandai, so that means it's a little bit more costly. But of course, you can check out Zen and TCG because they will have this, because they do have all the premium Bandai stuff as well. So big fan of these rosters. My favorite is obviously the Dorumon one, because it has Airdramon, and that's really great. I'm really glad we finally get Airdramon on a BEMEMORY. That's again not the sprite version that we saw on the 25th anniversary BEMEMORY. And now the next set of DIMs are the second special selection set, so that is Holy Wings and Forest Guardians. Now these are the same as the previous special selection set in that there was a fan vote to determine what Digimon showed up on the Adventure Mission unlocks. So let's take a look. First up, we have the Holy Wings DIM. So this DIM has Beomon's evolutions. We have a newish Digimon, which is more or less a child form of Pedomon. And we also have Falcomon as well as some new Century debuting Digimon. So we get a nice selection of Digimon here. I like that we get Thunderbirdmon as part of the Adventure Route unlocks. However, the rest of the Adventure Route unlocks are kind of just a linear path, which I'm not a huge fan of. I wish that more unique Digimon that wasn't just a straight linear boring path got in the vote. So that's a shame. I did vote for Thunderbirdmon, but I didn't vote for any of the other Digimon because they're all related to each other. I kind of wanted something varied, but we get a linear evolution path again, which some people do prefer, but I guess a 3 out of 4 is going to upset both people who want the linear path and those who want a bit of variety as well. Again, big fan of Thunderbirdmon's there, but this roster's pretty cool. I like that we finally get to see some of the New Century Mons outside of New Century, which is a Chinese exclusive. I'm really a big fan of them, especially the birdie ones are all pretty cool. So I'm a big fan of this roster, mostly. Interestingly, we do have Birdramon as the adult level, and the reason why I'm saying that is because these BEMEMORYs for the special selection set, both Volume 1 and Volume 2, are very Digimon Savers oriented. So in Digimon Savers, there's Beomon, there's Garudamon, but the adult form is actually Aquilamon. Now, the reason why I'm pointing this out is because there is likely going to be a 02 BEMEMORY coming out to coincide with the upcoming Digimon Adventure 02 movie in October, which I'm assuming would probably be announced at DigiFairs, which is in July. So I would expect that they don't want to put Aquilamon in this slot here because Aquilamon's going to be on the 02 BEMEMORYs. That's just what I think. That's just what I'm assuming, unless the BEMEMORY is just Ken and Daisuke, which I would not be surprised if it was, but I'd be very disappointed if that was the case. So yeah, I'm assuming we don't get Aquilamon here despite being a Savers Digimon because we don't want to have so many BEMEMORYs so close together having the same roster. So we do have Falcomon, we have Falcomon's evolutions, so it is fairly Savers-ish because we've got Falcomon and we've got BEMEMON, but no Aquilomon. So that's interesting. There's also the question mark Digimon, which, like with the first special selection, I'm going to assume that this is just Ravemon burst mode, in the same way that we got the burst modes from the first special selection. We had Shine Greymon burst mode and Mirage Galgamon burst mode. So that's not really so going to be surprising anybody if we just get another burst mode there. And in the same way, over on the BEMEMORY Forest Guardians, we also have a question mark, which I'm going to assume is Rosemon burst mode. So there you go. In terms of the rest of the roster here, again, it's Digimon Savers / Data Squad-esque. We've got Lalamon, we've got Lalamon's Evolutions, and we've got FanBeemon, which is cool. We've got FanBeemon's Evolutions. I love to see that. Very Cyber Sleuth. I love Cyber Sleuth, so I'm happy to see it. We've got Tentomon as well, so we've got a lot of bugs and plants in this BEMEMORY. Like the other one was angels and birds, this one is plants and bugs. So, big fan of this roster. Again, the adventure route unlocks are a little bit too linear for my liking. We've got Morphmon, we've got Huddymon, which I do like Cyber Sleuth, so we've got Huddymon, and we've got Eosmon. Not too much of a big fan of this roster here, because, again, it's fairly linear. Morphmon does evolve into Eosmon. Huddymon is kind of like a very popular choice to be an evolution between Morphmon and Eosmon. So that, again, fairly linear, but we do have Bansho Lilymon, which I think I would have preferred Bloom Lordmon, but Bloom Lordmon has been on a dim before, and Bansho Lilymon hasn't. So this is cool, and it also fits the fact that we've also got Rosemon and Lalamon on this BEMEMORY. So the roster's pretty cool. Tyrant Kabuterimon's always someone who I'm really happy to see, but overall, yeah, I just wish that the adventure route unlocks for both of them weren't so linear, but I am happy that the ones that aren't part of the linear evolution path are ones that I voted for. So that's pretty cool there. So that's it for the new rosters for the BEMEMORYs. So again, if any of those tickle your fancy, so to speak, check out Zen and TCG, give them a pre-order, and of course I'll be unboxing them on this channel once they arrive. So that is exciting. It's still a few months away. We've got August for the special selection set and October for the Seekers set. But very excited. Wish they were here now, but they're not. But for now, we do have the pretty pictures and the rosters for them. So now let's talk about the first part of Digimon Seekers Chapter 2, which, again, I am very excited to talk about this each time because I'm actually loving Digimon Seekers. I have released a video going over my reasons for enjoying it and what I thought about Digimon Seekers Chapter 1, so check that out if you haven't already. But overall, big fan of how it feels like it's a cross between Digimon World 2003 and Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth. So yes, Chapter 2 Part 1, and when this week's chapter was released, we also got the 5 Digimon added to the Digimon reference book. So this seems to be like a fairly full-on chapter in terms of new Digimon appearing, or at least being referenced, so very much looking forward to that, especially with not only Edgemon appearing in the trailer, but one of those upcoming BEMEMORYs that I mentioned earlier. So very exciting. So when the chapter starts up, we get a reference to a Flight 626, which is a cute little nod to June 26th being the anniversary of the original Digimon Virtual Pet. So that's a cute little nod. The chapter also came out on June 26th, so that's a cute little nod right there. That's sweet, but the rest of the way that the flight was described was very much like the real life flight, Malaysian Flight 370, or MH370, which did go missing in the exact same way. So it just vanished. It flew up, like they have it reported of flying slightly off course, and but that's basically it. It just vanished. So they described this 626, WWW 626, in the same way that we have MH370 flying off course and vanishing, except for some debris in the ocean very far away a few months later. there was kind of a weird reference there. I didn't expect an MH370 reference in my Digimon Seekers, and then they say that 626 is likely to was vanished by Digimon. So I'm like, okay, we're going on the alien route there, but that's kind of like a weird reference I didn't expect. So overall, this week's segment again suffers from a fairly weird official English translation. So it's a good thing that Onkei will be fixing up this translation as previous. However, the segment does read better than previous segments, and it's also a little longer than normal weeks as well. However, with the surprisingly good localization and translation of Digimon Dreamers also on Digimon.net, I wonder if we'll see Seekers getting the same treatment soon. Also, speaking of Digimon Dreamers, it is kind of interesting to me for some bizarre reason that we have Pulsemon in 2 currently running series, I guess, for the franchise. So we've got the Pulsemon in Digimon Dreamers, and we've also got the Pulsemon now in Digimon Seekers. So kind of a little bit of a funny one there that we've got just these 2 different Pulsemon who have fairly different personalities as well, just appearing in the franchise. And something else relating to Pulsemon that I noticed in the trailer was it appears that we're just getting Pulsemon's standard evolutions of, Bulkmon, Boutmon, etc., rather than any of his other evolutions that we saw on the Impulse City dim card. So, I mean, that's kind of to be expected. Those evolutions are ones that are the standard linear lines for Pulsemon, but I was kind of hoping that we got some of the other evolutions for Pulsemon rather than just this linear one. Again, you can probably tell from this video, I like when they do something different, then it's not just a linear path. But in any case, it is what it is, and I'm just happy to see Pulsemon because I love the little guy. He's a little friend. Love him so much. Like Chapter 1, we get a new live-action trailer at the start of each chapter, and as much as I love reading it, I think my favourite part of Digimon Seekers so far have been the trailers. I think that they're just fun. They also give us a nice little sneak peek of what to expect from the upcoming chapter, and they're just really well done. It is interesting to see official things being in live action for Digimon. It's not something I ever really expected, but it's something I kind of always wanted. So that's pretty cool. So overall, I'm excited for more Digimon Seekers. I really like how Hedramon appeared in the trailer and on the upcoming BEMEMORY. So definitely expecting a lot of stuff happening in this chapter. Chapter 1 was more or less like an introduction to the world and the mechanics as you would expect, but Chapter 2 feels like it's going to be finally doing some stuff and seeing some mons. So I'm looking forward to that, looking forward to meeting the new characters, and those are my thoughts and first impressions for the start of Chapter 2 of Digimon Seekers, and of course my thoughts about these upcoming BE-memories. So that's it for this video. So thanks again to ZenTTG for sponsoring this video. Let me know your thoughts, comments, questions, etc., etc. in the comment section below. Like this video for Pulsemon appearing in both Seekers and Dreamers that can be read for free in English on Digimon.net, which is really great. At least we're getting official releases in English. That's cool. So subscribe if you haven't already, and if you have subscribed, tell your friends, tell your families, tell your neighbors, and of course, I'll see you in the next video. Bye!